I was gonna like put a little spider on here and like do like the cat suit thing and like try and put Cosmo in there, but he ain't having that shit. He ain't having that shit. So look at this pop figure. It's pretty cool, right? Cool pop figure. All right, let's get the show on the road, baby. All right. Just so we clear, Miles Morales is Spider-Man. I know there's been different videos on this, some significantly worse than others, but here's my more flamboyant melanated take. Since 2018, we've seen an increase in popularity with Miles Morales. Formerly the Ultimate Universe's new Ultimate Spider-Man has been a thing for a while, like I said, but got really popular in 2018 with the release of the new Spider-Verse movie. If you're a super nerd like me before that, you've been knew he existed. I got his debut comic at a book fair when I was in grade school, and I lent it to a kid who proceeded to keep it for the whole summer. But it was great seeing a black Spider-Man for the first time and further seeing his costume being represented in subsequent games, cartoons, and even referenced in movies. I even got the Spider-Verse crossover comic he's in. Look, Drake Bell's also here. So it was great again seeing a great movie about him and what it means to be Spider-Man that featured numerous other Spider-Man, and it was kind of a cultural reset. I remember seeing it on Christmas in 2018. This is what I looked like. Had my wisdom teeth removed, for half my damn face was swollen, but you could best believe I was bumping sunflower. It sparked a chain reaction of people from everywhere drawing their own Spider-Sona people, and I was with them. Every right-minded person loved this movie. It was beautifully animated, it was funny, and it paved the way for us to get more stylized and dynamic animation like it in the future. We all was eating good. So naturally, it was only a matter of time before someone had to try and ruin all the fun because we can't have shit. I don't know where this originated, but a talking point started to be popular among a certain type of internet niggas. Peter Parker is Spider-Man and Miles Morales is Miles Morales. If you can't tell, they trying to imply Miles ain't Spider-Man despite climbing walls and sticking to ceilings and shooting webs and having a Spider-Man costume and being endorsed by the original Spider-Man. And Peter's the real Spider-Man, because why not start a useless argument about characters that are made to make other people feel good about themselves? Yeah, it's one of those videos. You tripping, bro. You tripping.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Every month I see someone recycle this talking point, debate niggas, or sit down and actually argue the semantic talking point. Take a second and think, why are you saying this? What reason could you provide that proves that Miles isn't Spider-Man? What criteria do you personally believe in that eliminates a nigga from being Spider-Man? Cause I already said a few things that should automatically qualify you to be Spider-Man, you know, like having spider powers, but that evidently ain't enough. Is it cause he ain't Peter Parker? Because that's usually what they say. Oh, he ain't Peter Parker and that's that. Well, we got like 3 different Flashes and 10 different Batman who ain't Bruce Wayne, who we would under no circumstance not call Batman. Should we have over 7,000 Green Lanterns? I have no idea why we can't have another Spider-Man who ain't Peter Parker. If y'all actually cared about that argument, you'd apply it to literally every other superhero. Shit, we already have other Spider-Men who aren't Peter Parker. Miguel O'Hara, Ben Parker, Takuya Yamashiro, the damn emissary of hell with the giant robot himself, they all go by Spider-Man, but we never hear any invalidating of these characters, and they're pretty popular versions of Spider-Man. We even got multiple versions of Peter, and we got multiple ways to tell the difference between these Peters or clones of Peter by the title of the run. So if your issue is that Miles gotta have some dumb name like Spin or Kid Arachnid or Spidey, somebody really thought Spidey? Spidey? Y'all couldn't have come up with anything else better. I refuse to believe this. This is a bit. That is what this is. This is a bit. We got Ghost Spider, we got Silk. It's only a matter of time before we run out of original names for a nigga who don't even need it. Peter is the Spider-Man, and nobody's arguing against that. He's the original Spider-Man and always will be, but that don't invalidate Miles or his place at all in the Spider-Verse. He's Spider-Man. So what's the issue? I keep hearing the argument that if he was Spider-Man, then why do y'all keep having to say it? And it's like, how are y'all like this? You don't get to keep saying dumb shit, and then when we invalidate it, act as if you aren't the reason it's being repeatedly invalidated in the first place. We're saying that because evidently we have to because of people like you. Another garbage talking point I see is because we call him Miles and not just Spider-Man, which is another semantic word for word point. When I say I love Spider-Man, the average nigga is gonna be thinking I'm talking about any variation of Peter Parker, and I can't get mad at them for thinking that. He's the original and the most popular. Now when I say I love Spider-Man, I could be talking about Takuya, Mr. Emissary of Hell. I mean, I gotta not like him, the icy as hell. But the average person wouldn't know I'm talking about him, which is why when I do, I say Japanese Spider-Man like many other people, even though his name is just Spider-Man. So when I talk about Miles, of course I'm gonna say his name because that's the most recognizable way he's dressed, but he's still fucking Spider-Man. This video brings up a great point. You should check it out when you can, but we refer to the Spider-Man as Peter B. Parker, even though all of these people are named Peter B. Parker. But Miles' name on the toy is Miles Morales and not Spider-Man, so is Peter B. Parker, so your point is moot. He's obviously Spider-Man, so is this nigga. Side note, speaking of figures, oh, don't mind this awesome, amazing merch you can get at Crown Made Council's Veritas. Y'all wanted to get this cool Miles Morales figure, but it's like out of stock everywhere or expensive as balls. I just want it. It's super posable. Y'all know I love toys. If you don't, I love toys. I want it so fucking bad. At a certain point, it's just mean. Like, y'all just don't like him. And that's a damn shame because his story is actually really important. Unlike a lot of these other Spider people who aren't Peter Parker, he becomes Spider-Man as a direct result of Peter dying in action and him not intervening. The mantle gets passed down to him, and the whole story is not only about realizing how anyone could have been behind the mask and that it don't come easy to anyone. But it's also a story about one having to prove to themselves and to others that they deserve to be where they are, and coming to terms with the fact that no matter what they do, they just won't be accepted by everyone. But most importantly, they have to accept and believe in themselves. And I don't know if y'all don't understand why that's important for the target audience of stories like this, but I ain't finna spell it out for you. And despite all that, ultimately in the film, the forefront of his story is a story of self-expression and doing things your way. So there ain't even a case you can make about woke identity politics. Race don't even come to play in stories like that overtly, and there's nothing wrong with that considering we have other characters who handle those subjects. Y'all just tripping. People always say that Miles has no stories or influential things happen to him and swear they read comics. Y'all just don't read. Like, y'all can't say he has no influential storylines because he does. Y'all just don't read. Then y'all say Peter's had growth and crazy storylines, which is true, but y'all also conveniently fail to just bring up how his development gets undone every couple of years because Marvel just hates him for some reason. That's a problem. They don't even let this nigga have a kid. Ultimately, there's one reason in particular that stomps on any doubt that Miles is Spider-Man. Stan Lee, you know, the guy who co-made Spider-Man, has on record said that anyone can be Spider-Man.
You could be black, you could be Asian, you could be Indian, you could be anything, and imagine you were in that costume. So I think that made it relevant to everybody everywhere, and that was accidental. I mean, I don't think we planned it that way, but it was very fortuitous.
He was made to be relatable to every man superhero, and the fact that he was covered head to toe in costume, unlike many superheroes of that decade, it made it even easier. But you got these people who swear they die hard for traditionalism and knowing the facts and comic accuracy. There's no confusion, you heard it right from his mouth. Miles gotta be the one fighting for his life in the street to hold the damn title with the red dot and saying, I wonder why. Why is he the one who gets the most flack? Boy, I wonder. It's because he's fucking black. There's no other reason this semantic ass talking point has to exist. Y'all say, why do we have to keep telling you Miles Morales is Spider-Man? Why do y'all have to keep telling us he isn't? At the end of the day, if Marvel made him Spider-Man, then he's Spider-Man. Then there ain't nothing you can do to change it. If you don't like him, it don't matter. If you think he's a bad character, it don't matter. If you don't like the color of his skin, it don't matter. The facts really don't care about your feelings. Miles Morales is Spider-Man. Stop being weird. I really hate to be this man because the only time people bring him up if not talking about Marcelo Spider-Verse is to talk about if he's valid or not. Like, we could be having more constructive conversation that ain't just blah blah woke media blah blah strikes again, but no, some people would just never recover from these 2016 ass mindsets. Miles is better for the sole reason that he has a suit in this game where he can swing and fight with a little cat with a Spider-Man mask on that's also named Spider-Man. Like, at that point, what could a guy ask for? 10 out of 10 game. I'm gonna be honest, I'm very easily pleased. If there's a cat in anything, it's probably an automatic win for me. I just love cats. They're cute little guys. But I mean, if you know me, you already know that. Follow me on Twitter and Insta at LighthawkHeavy. That's the new ad. I post banger pics and I'm very funny.
Meet me in the back and you'll find out why you'll find us last Wednesday night. The liquor will something you sit now. The rose come out of my head.
Eat like attention. Stop like. Eat like attention.